Welcome back to my YouTube channel. The first thing that younger ladies detest about older men is when they hiss at ugly behaviors. More than 70% of younger women claim to find older men appealing, but only if they exhibit the appropriate qualities. The best part is that you'll know exactly what not to do if you're interested in a younger woman by the end of this video, because I've got a bonus point that most men completely overlook, but is one of the most effective ways to keep her interest. Source: Psychology Today. But here's the thing. Some behaviors can instantly kill that attraction, making you seem desperate, outdated, or just plain undesirable. Let's get started. Emma is your go-to channel for practical, realistic guidance on negotiating the difficulties of relationships and love. You will quickly find yourself ogling her new appearance. Giving a younger person a ton of praise could seem like the correct thing to do if she wants to feel like your personal goddess. Elevate her and make her the focal point of first habit, your world. But the truth is that when you do that, you diminish your own worth in her eyes. Women are drawn to men who have self-respect, purpose, and confidence, so if you make her feel like she's the prize you're chasing, she'll start to wonder why you don't see yourself as the prize too. If a guy keeps saying things like, "You're so out of my league," or "I don't deserve you," he's sending a clear message that he doesn't believe in himself. When you don't believe in yourself, it makes her think that perhaps he's right instead of flattery. What makes a man appealing is not adulation. A woman wants a partner, not a fank once. One of the quickest ways to turn off a younger woman is to be overly controlling or possessive insecure, disguised as protectiveness. If you feel the need to constantly check her phone, ask where she is, or control who she talks to, you're not being protective, you're being insecure. And nothing kills attraction faster than a man who lacks confidence in himself and the relationship. She should admire you just as much as you do, so instead of putting her on a pedestal, treat her as an equal, be grounded, self-assured, and comfortable in your own skin. You may have seen this scenario before. A guy texts his girlfriend every hour, asking where she is, who she is with, and why she didn't text him back right away. It doesn't come across as caring. Instead, it comes across as needy and controlling, and when a woman feels like she's being watched, she will start looking for a way out. Women prefer to be with men who are confident in themselves and who trust them enough to give them space when you're confident in what you're doing. Habit number 2. You don't feel the need to monitor her every action if she's interested in you, and that's what you want. A woman who chooses to be with you because she truly wants to be, not because she feels. Real confidence comes from knowing that you are sufficient and allowing her to be herself. The more autonomy you grant her, the more she will respect you and the stronger the attraction will be. By bringing up the age issue, nothing depresses the mood more quickly than making age a major concern, whether you are boasting about it or feeling insecure. Others become defensive when the subject is brought up, making what should be light-hearted conversation unpleasant. Some guys feel the need to remind her of the age gap all the time, almost as if they're trying to explain why she's with them. Let's say she jokes that you're old enough to remember CDs. If you reply, "Yeah, I can also remember a time when women had respect," she's wondering if dating you was a mistake. Now, rather than enjoying the conversation, she's wondering if it was a mistake. If she doesn't bring it up, zone your age. When she does, treat it casually. Confidence isn't in apologizing for being older or attempting to prove that it doesn't matter. Rather, it's in being at ease with who you are. Your age isn't the selling point. Rather, it's in your personality, confidence, and how you make her feel. There is nothing wrong with being financially successful. In fact, women value stability and ambition. However, when you use money as a personality trait, it becomes problematic. For example, on a first date, a guy sits across from a woman and says, I'll take you to the most expensive restaurant in town. He thinks he's impressing her, but all she hears is, I want you to like me because I have money, which is transactional rather than attractive. A woman wants to be attracted to you as a person, not feel like you're buying her attention. This is habit number 3. Something to think about is that if you want to attract a woman with money, you'll need to keep spending to keep her interested. Instead, let your confidence and character do the heavy lifting and show her that you have a strong sense of self and interesting life passions. If she genuinely likes you, the money will be a bonus rather than the main event. And if she only cares about your wealth, then she's not the kind of woman you want. Before we continue, please take a moment to like and subscribe to our channel if you find value in this video. We sincerely appreciate your participation, which makes you an essential part of our journey and helps us grow. Let's get back to our conversation. One of the quickest ways to lose her interest is to talk down to her or to continuously switch into teacher mode. Even if you may have more life experience and be positioned as a mentor, it doesn't imply she wants a lecture every time you speak. Think about it. Women want a partner, not a professor. If every conversation feels like a life lesson, they will begin to feel as though they are dating their father rather than a man they are passionate about. The truth is that your experiences can be valuable when they are shared naturally. If she is interested in your wisdom, she will ask for it. However, if every conversation turns into a TED Talk about how the world used to be, she will tune you out. If you say something like, "Back in my day we didn't need social media to talk to women," you may think you're making a valid point, but to her, you sound like a grandfather complaining about the internet. Instead of lecturing her, share your life experiences in a light-hearted and relevant manner so she can learn from your wisdom. She didn't sign up for Six trying too hard to fit in with younger crowds. Nothing is more embarrassing than an older guy trying desperately to fit into Junie culture in a way that doesn't fit him. If you're using slang that feels forced, dressing like a teenager, or acting like you belong at a college party, you're insecure and irrelevant. Imagine a 40-year-old man saying, "No capote, bro," or trying to keep up with TikTok trends. He doesn't truly understand. He believes he's blending in, but in reality, she's embarrassed for him. Women are drawn to self-assurance and authenticity, which doesn't mean you have to act older. Habit number 4. Brief tease. A well-dressed, self-assured man who is comfortable in his own skin is far more attractive than a guy trying to fit in with a younger crowd just to feel relevant. Instead, invite her into your world and be the person she can learn from, not the guy who's awkwardly chasing youth. Your accomplishments today are what really make you stand out, overpowering the conversation with your accomplishments. If every conversation becomes a highlight reel of your career, wealth, and connections, it starts to sound like you're overcompensating for something. Think about it. Imagine a guy who says, "You know, I drive a Porsche." Women respect accomplishment, but there's a difference between being successful and constantly announcing it. He may have thought he was impressing her when he had dinner with the CEO of 3 companies, but in reality, he just sounded nervous and left her wondering why he felt the need to prove himself so much. Let your behavior and lifestyle speak for you. If you're successful, she'll see it naturally from the way you carry yourself, the places you go, and the things you do. You don't need Val's validation to know how much of a big deal you are. The less you try to prove it, the bigger of a deal you actually become in her eyes. 8. Ignoring your physical presence. An attractive older man who lets himself go is a guy who respects himself. If you ignore your fitness, grooming, or sense of style, you send a clear message that you've stopped trying, and if you've stopped trying, why should habit number 5 be interested? Let's compare 2 men. The point isn't to look young, it's to look like the best version of yourself. You don't have to chase transgender or try to dress like a 25-year-old, but making an effort to keep yourself in shape, and wear well-fitting clothes makes a big difference. One person maintains an active lifestyle, wears clothes that fit and complement his body, and carries himself with confidence. The other hasn't updated his wardrobe in 10 years, doesn't exercise, and adopts a posture that shouts, "I don't care anymore." A man who looks after himself exudes confidence and vigor, and believe me, that's far more attractive than anything else. Attraction isn't only about appearances, it's also about energy. Bonus point for ignoring emotional maturity. And for those of you who stayed until the very end, here's a bonus. Younger women may be attracted to older men because they expect emotional stability, but if you don't have it, the attraction quickly fades. If you're losing your temper, becoming envious over trivial matters, or emotionally shutting down, you're pushing her away without even realizing it. An older male's immaturity is an immediate red sign, but a woman might put up with it from a younger man who is still figuring things out. When a man doesn't get his way, he acts like a teenager, and no woman wants to date him. If you become defensive in response to innocuous remarks, lose your temper over small annoyances, or ignore her, she will perceive you as emotionally unstable and unattractive when something upsets you. Repair your emotional stability. Learn to maintain your composure. At the end of the day, being emotionally mature is one of the most powerful things you can offer. And trust me when I say that if you made it this far, leave a comment saying that confidence is key so we know you're part of the real community. When you do that, it helps this video reach more people who need to hear this. A man who knows how to manage his emotions leads with confidence and creates a safe, secure space inside relationship is incredibly attractive. Habit number 6. Get everyday content like this by subscribing, then forward it to someone who might benefit from the guidance. We'll see you back here tomorrow. We also have another film on your screen right now. Watch that next.